Go Park as the Padres are hosting the Kansas City Royals in interleague play. It's game 2 of a 3-game series between the Royals and the Padres. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Don Orsillo along with Eric Karros. Today is game 2 of this series, and for the Royals right now, kind of surprising. They're 8 games under 500, not doing too well. When you talk about the Royals, you talk about their all-star catcher in Salvador Perez.
Yeah, an all-star for the last couple of years, and really probably the best all-around catcher in all Major League Baseball. Won a Gold Glove as the last 4 years, was the MVP of the 2015 World Series. And also a Silver Slugger. He threw out a guy last night, hit a 2-run home run. Royals fans aren't going to have to worry about him departing after this year. He is really the core and really the centerpiece of this ball club.
Well, we talk about catching, and certainly the young catcher for the Padres is a guy who's got a very big upside to him in Austin Hedges.
Now, Austin Hedges is a young man that is starting to come into his own. He's got a great arm, and he's starting to swing the bat. When we talk about Salvador Perez, well, second in all of Major League Baseball in home runs and RBIs for catchers, this man right here, Austin Hedges. You talk up to the coaching staff, very excited about the development and what the future looks like for this young catcher.
Well, it is an overcast day as we get it started here today and get ready for game 2 of the series. We check out the weather, 66 degrees to get it started with a southwest breeze of 11 miles per hour. And the forecast is for more of the same, kind of a marine layer in here right now at Petco Park for game 2 of the series. The Padres taking the field today, led by their starting pitcher, Miguel Diaz, about to make his first Major League start after he has been working out of the pen for the Padres. Ed Yost's team coming in 8 games under 500, but still in the mix in the American League Central. And a loss here last night for Kansas City in the first game of the series. Ed Yost has Whit Merrifield leading it off, and at second base with Jorge Bonifacio in right field. Lorenzo Cain in center with Eric Hosmer, the veteran, at first base. Salvador Perez does the catching with Mike Moustakas at third base. Alcides Escobar at shortstop at 7th. Alex Gordon has dropped down to the 8th spot and is hitting at just 172. That's been one of the early surprises. And Ian Kennedy bats out of the 9th spot. Miguel Diaz ready for his 22nd appearance, first Major League start today for the Padres.
It'll be interesting to see what he's featuring as a starter. He's got a great live arm. He's going to touch 96, 95. Has a slider, a bit of a change, but really he's got to have that command with that fastball. Tends to fly open a few times with that front side, making it a little easier for the hitter to pick up the pitch. It'll be interesting to see how he goes that second, and hopefully for the Padres that third time through the lineup.
Let's check out the defense behind him from left to right. It is Alan Cordoba in left. Franchi Cordero is in center field, and Hunter Renfroe in right. Third to first, Corey Spangenberg at third with Eric Ibar at short. Hervis Solarte at second, and making his first start at first base is Jose Perella, with Austin Hedges doing the catching for Miguel Diaz. Royals in their alternate blue jerseys on the road here, and the first pitch from Diaz is going to miss for ball 1, and we're underway. And Merrifield coming in. He's been leading off for Kansas City. Royals are 26-34. They find themselves 6.5 games back of the surprise Minnesota Twins in the American League Central. The Twins a surprise, but because of the way the Royals have been playing, the fact that they're still kind of in the mix here at this stage of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because if you're in the Central, and especially if you're the Royals, you'd like to see somebody just break away so it makes your decision moving forward a lot easier. I mean, Cleveland hasn't taken off yet. You know, all this does is it puts them in a state of flux as far as, are we buyers or are we sellers?
Yeah, tough to decide here on June the 10th whether you are or you aren't at this point. In the air to center field. Franchi Cordero backpedaling will handle out number 1. The umpires for today's game, Chris Guccione as the play calling the balls and strikes. It is Carlos Torres at first base, Paul Nark at second base, and Dana Demuth, who is the crew chief, will man third base today for the umpires. One down on the first brings up Jorge Bonifacio. Mentioned the Royals, and the real question mark too is how many of these guys are going to be returning of the free agents that they have, and they've got some big name free agents.
Well, they really do. You got Moustakas and Hosmer, and of course Lorenzo Cain out in center. Alcides Escobar, and you just can't. I mean, this market, you can't re-sign them all, and you have to figure out what is the direction that the Royals are headed. You know, they've had this window about 4 or 5 years where they've played well, gone to 2 World Series. You know, their minor league system is not stockpiled at all, and this would be a great opportunity for them to go out and acquire some young talent.
You know, 99 there from Diaz, and I think one of the questions we had coming in with Diaz making 22 relief appearances is whether or not he would have that kind of velocity as a starter. Well, so far he does. Not opting to kind of leave it in the tank a little bit as he elevates on Bonifacio at 99 and strikes him out. 2 down.
Well, enticing to a hitter, but when you're throwing 99, you're not going to catch up to that. You know, you mentioned, Don, will he be able to maintain this, you know, the second time through the third time? As a reliever, you're coming in, you're 1 inning, 2 inning, you let it all go. Here you have to pace yourself as a starter.
2 down here in the first inning for Lorenzo Cain. And I would think of all the Royals that are available that this guy may be at the top of the list for some in the trade deadline. If the Royals are still in the same spot so far this year, 261 for Cain.
Yeah, a lot of talk about the Nationals and how he'd be a nice fit for that Washington ball club. Again, a fine defensive player, one of the best in the game.
Chopped right side. Diaz is going to have to get over. He does, but it'll be late, and the throw behind him. Kind of late getting off the mound was Diaz, and not getting over there in time with the speedy Cain getting down the line.
Yeah, I'd say this is the inexperience of Pirela over at first base, because he doesn't lead the pitcher. You've got to throw that where it's a step or two ahead of the pitcher getting over to first base. You can see he throws behind him. Again, that's just inexperience.
Error charge to Pirela. First time he's been over there. Well, Myers scratched before the game today, a little bit under the weather. So Myers not in the starting lineup today for the Padres. Pirela originally was in the starting lineup as the left fielder for Andy Green, but error charge to the first baseman, and here is Eric Hosmer.
Watch Cain over at first base too. 12 stolen bases.
We highlighted the catchers off the top, both with very good throwing arms, no doubt about that. Both very good defensively. Seven, and it evens at 1-1.
Well, this may be a good matchup as you see Cain over at first base right there. Hasn't been caught once this year. As I say, a good matchup though for Diaz, as far as, you know, right now he's been off the plate a little bit, but these Royals hitters are very aggressive. They don't walk.
One of the things to watch for today too for Diaz, mentioning this is his first major league start, and he's been relieving, really hasn't been stretched out, so they're anticipating somewhere between 60 and 70 pitches. We'll see how far that takes him into the game. Bullpen has been taxed lately for Andy Green's squad out there. The availability of a couple of the relievers in question going into this game. Padres coming off a series in Arizona where they were swept by the Diamondbacks, and the starters were chased from the game relatively early in all 3 contests. Now the check a little closer that time.
See, Kane does a nice job of getting back to the outside part of the bag, the furthest distance for Pirela to make the tag. And you see where he goes to make that tag. Instead of dropping it right by the base, he goes out and reaches out to tag it. Now you can bet Hosmer's gearing up for one pitch right now, looking for something in a certain spot of the zone.
Diaz has had problems with left-handers. They're hitting at .359 against the right-hander. Popped up this time, left side, foul ground. Spangenberg headed over by the Royals dugout. He'll make the catch that ends the inning. Padres are coming up in the first. Padres coming up in the bottom of the first inning for Andy Green. We'll look at his lineup as they come in at 24 and 38, fifth in the National League West, heading into today's action. It's Jose Pirela at the top of the order, leading off for the first time and playing at first base with Franchi Cordero in center field. Got Hervis Solarte at second base, Hunter Renfroe in right. Of course, Spangenberg at third with Austin Hedges doing the catching. Alan Cordoba is in left with Eric Ibar, the veteran, at shortstop, and Miguel Diaz, the pitcher, batting out of the 9 spot. On the mound is Ian Kennedy, who's had a tough go of it so far. Dealt with an injury this year as well, but comes in at 0-6 on the season.
His last 4 starts haven't been great, only 15 innings pitched. He's got to give them some length today. Just hasn't had his location, unable to pinpoint the ball.
You see it right there, almost getting a piece of Pirela on a pitch in tight.
You know, that's one of the things you look back over his last couple of starts, his last 4 starts. He's had 11 walks. He's given up 5 home runs. So what that tells me is he does not have a feel for where he's throwing the ball right now.
The breakdown 0-2 in April. And June have not been much better. 5.33 earned run average coming in. First time he has pitched against the Padres since leaving San Diego to sign a free agent contract with the Royals in the 2015 season. As a member of the Padres, he was 26 and 30 with a 3.97 earned run average, and was a Padre 2013 through 2015. outside of third and foul. And a full count out of Pirela.
Well, before he went on the disabled list, he had been throwing pretty well, just not getting a lot of run support. When he came off of the disabled list, though, he didn't go down and make any rehab starts. Just ready to go and hasn't got back into that groove yet.
In the air to center field, hit pretty well. Back goes Lorenzo Cain on the track, and that ball's gone. Leadoff home run for Jose Pirela, his first of the year, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Kennedy's had trouble with the long ball, and it gets him here. First batter of the ball game for him, takes him out of the yard.
Well, you see where Perez is set up, more so towards the outer part of the plate. That ball runs in the inner half, and Pirela just crushes it. But that's what we talked about. Kennedy has not been able to hit his location.
He's given up a home run in the last 8 straight games, at least one in each. That's a tough way to work. He deals here with Franchy Cordero with nobody out. Cordero had a big 2-run double in last night's game, part of a Padres win in the first game of the series. And some great numbers for him after starting the season with the El Paso Chihuahuas at AAA, and now hitting at .343. Well, since 2013, Kennedy 4th in that category, 117 now. Ray Dickey on top, former Cy Young Award winner with 126. Center field and playable for Lorenzo Cain. That's the first out of the bottom of the first inning. And defensively today behind Ian Kennedy, left to right in the outfield, it's Alex Gordon, Lorenzo Cain, and Jorge Bonifacio. Third to first, Mike Moustakas, Alcides Escobar, Whit Merrifield, and Eric Hosmer at first base with Salvador Perez doing the catching for Ian Kennedy. I talked to Ned Yost before the game, and it really is a luxury to be able to put Salvador Perez's name in there. Doesn't matter if it's a day game after a night game. You know he's going to want to go every day.
Yeah, he's an absolute horse, especially coming from the catching position. Guy that wants to play it every day.
Had a day off the other day, which is pretty unusual for him.
Well, he took a ball off the thumb catching the other day, and so Ned Yost decided to give him a day off, but that counted as a day off the other day. He's still got to play a day game after a night game. No sympathy for Sal. And you talk about this Royals defense has been fantastic. Again, the fewest errors in all of Major League Baseball, 20. Very athletic.
And Solarte taking the strike, didn't agree, but finds himself down 1-2. The Royals have had a tough year on the road. They're 9-18, 4th worst in the majors. And they're on a 9-game West Coast trip right now that has just started. They'll head on to San Francisco and Los Angeles before they return to Kansas City.
And really, this trip is an opportunity for them to establish themselves as either a team that's going to compete or a team that, you know, may have to start looking towards the future.
Right side to Merrifield. Solarte is out number 2 of the first inning.
You know, whether it's playing against the Padres or the Giants or the Angels, you know, none of those teams are, you know, really formidable as far as talking about top division clubs. The Angels haven't been able to get on any type of roll. It's win a few, lose a few, win a few, lose a few, and they really need to gain some sort of momentum.
And in the midst of a division for the Angels right now that the Astros are running away with. 43 wins already in the year for the Astros. Renfroe was not in the original starting lineup, but again, Will Myers under the weather, taken out of the lineup. Renfroe inserted in right and inserted in the cleanup spot today for San Diego.
Pretty simple for Renfroe. When he's selective and offering at pitches that are in the strike zone, he can be a dangerous hitter. When he expands, gets into a lot of trouble.
Healthy hack right there, but couldn't get it. Kennedy has settled down after the leadoff home run by Pirela. Getting Cordero to fly out to center, Solarte to ground out to second. Well, gets a piece of Perez and fouled back up over the screen. As far as home runs go, Hunter Renfroe with 13 on the year, second among rookies. Behind Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger, who's put together a very good year for the Dodgers.
We talked about Renfroe being more selective. The first month of the season, only 2 walks, strikeouts well into the 20s, and last month much better, but more of a 2-to-1 ratio as far as strikeouts to walks. On base percentage very respectable, about .350 last month.
Swing and a miss, and Kennedy gets him on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Home run for Pirela has the Padres on top. For the Royals as we head to the top of the second inning. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, sponsored by the Lincoln Motor Company.
Well, for the Royals, Ian Kennedy has to give them some innings. That bullpen was taxed last night, and just for Ian Kennedy's sake, got to get some length. Miguel Diaz gets his first career start. We'll see how he goes that second, maybe third time through the lineup, and how he adapts from moving from the bullpen.
And the longest outing he's had this season is 3 innings, and that was kind of been a mop-up type role. And earmarked him lately for a spot in the rotation, and here it is coming to fruition. And Jared Kozart going on the DL for the Padres. They also are missing Jared Weaver, who is in the rotation. So a couple guys right now not available to go. That includes Trevor Cahill also. So the rotation has seen many different guys make some starts this year for San Diego. There's the veteran Jared Weaver, who had pitched his entire career in the American League with the Angels until this season. Opted to stay in Southern California, signing as a free agent. And Salvador Perez leading it off here in the second inning. Mike Moustakas Alcides Escobar. Did he go? No. We'll check with Carlos Torres, first base umpire. There's a leadoff walk for Salvador Perez.
As I mentioned, this Royals ball club does not walk a lot. But again, they can afford to be patient with Diaz. Diaz, even in some of the outs that he's recorded, especially Bonifacio earlier, out of the zone.
Now, being aggressive against him may not pay dividends. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make, as you point out, especially second time through. After they've gotten a look here at Diaz. Diaz, one of the Rule 5 draft choices by the Padres, one of 3 that they're carrying on the roster right now. Diaz had originally been selected by the Twins with the first overall pick of December's Rule 5 draft from Milwaukee, but then traded to the Padres for another Rule 5 draftee, and Justin Haley. He's never pitched above single-A ball prior to this season. Bunt bid here. The shift on is grounded foul.
Moustakas, well, yet last night he hit the ball the other way, beat the shift. Granted, it was with 2 strikes and it wasn't a bunt, but that's one of the things that he started doing a few years ago, is bunting and going the other way.
Guess you have to adapt to a lot of these shifts being put on you. Some can, some can't.
Well, I think I'd say instead of some can and some can't. Did you almost grab that ball?
It was pretty close. Ended up right in front of us.
I think it's more some choose to and some just say forget it. I'm gonna hit through the shift. And I know being down at spring training with some of the clubs, I'd watch guys and all they were doing is just big power hitters just bunting towards third base,
Hooked right side. To second for 1, to first for 2. You got the shift on, which is always challenging to get guys out of position, but able to turn it there. From 4 to 6 to 3 with Solarte getting it started, and a double play for Diaz after the leadoff walk.
Really a nice job by Solarte, that flip. A lot of distance right there. Varela making the catch over at first.
So 2 down brings up Alcides Escobar. Shortstop toting just a 178 average coming into today's action.
And he's another one of the Royals that will have an opportunity to explore the free agent market after this year, finishing up a 6-year deal that he had signed earlier. Never been an on-base guy.
.99 from Diaz. We have seen that a few times here. An inning and 2/3 for the right-hander, making his major league debut as a starter today. On the ground, Solarte to his left. Throws out Escobar. 1-0 Padres after an inning and a half. MLB on FS1 is sponsored by The Hartford. When the unexpected strikes, The Hartford strikes back with small business insurance. And by Falcon Tires, the official tire of Major League Baseball. Last of the second inning, Corey Spangenberg leading it off for San Diego. Swinging to that first pitch and lifting one down the left field line that has Alex Gordon over towards the line. And he'll make the catch. Almost overran that ball. Running into what very little foul ground there is down the left field line here at Petco Park for the first out of the second inning. Gold Glove award-winning left fielder, of course, broken to the big leagues as a third baseman, but has become a very accomplished outfielder.
Yep, out of University of Nebraska. Again, he's made himself one of the best defensive left fielders in the game. Hitting hasn't been there this year, but the glove still comes to the park every day.
One down for Austin Hedges. .212 average for Hedges. One of the contingent that moved up from AAA El Paso last year after winning the PCL championship and the last couple of weeks in the majors last year. And up here from the get-go this year.
Yeah, when you're looking at this ball club, this is a kid that really excites me. Again, playing the catching position, he's got an unreal arm, hitting for power. A local kid out of J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano. Come on, I can't pump him up right there and then have that swing. Come on. No, but you talk to the coaching staff and just, you know, what he can do for the pitching staff, what he potential offensively. Got a bright future.
That's why he was left last year, pretty much all year in AAA. They were hoping offensively that he would come around, and certainly he has in the major leagues this year. He's known for his defense, first and foremost. This year, while the average has not been there, he's got 11 home runs on the year. And a swing and a miss this time. Kennedy settling in. His second strikeout of the day, 2 down. Well, tonight it's Major League Baseball on Fox. The summer heat is rising as Chris Davis and the Orioles meet Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees. Major League Baseball tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox. Check your local listing for the Fox MLB game in your area.
See, you've got a game next week, huh?
Do indeed. Red Sox
Red
and
Sox,
Astros.
Yeah. That's going to be, what a matchup that's going to be.
Just surprised by how well the Astros have been playing so far this season.
I don't know that I'm really surprised. You know, my preseason picks, I like the Dodgers and the Astros. Now, I still like the division. They're going to win. I just don't know the postseason, though. I think they need another starting pitcher. I really do.
Think about the additions they made. Beltran and McCann, both solid. You talk about veterans. Bonifacio coming in, long run, but he'll get there to retire Cordoba. 1-0 Padres through 2. Padres have the lead over the Royals as we head to the top of the third inning. Miguel Diaz throwing 32 pitches through the first 2 innings, and Alex Gordon going to lead it off here for the Royals. Right into the shift go the Padres on the right side of the infield. This has been tough to explain so far this year. Gordon hitting at just 172 and batting 8th in this Royals order now.
Just hit his first home run the other day against the Astros. Gone a span of 192 at-bats. You know, and it's not because of a lack of work. I mean, he spends all time, you know, whether it's hitting in the cage, looking at video, but he just hasn't been able to get back to that feel. You know, feel like he right now just looking at him more crouched over, that front shoulder tilted down towards the ground. Where early on he was more straight up, you know, not as hunched over. And the thing is, hitting is such a feeling, and you can do all the mechanics you want, but if you don't feel comfortable as a hitter with whatever it is you're doing, it's not going to happen.
Sends this out to right center field, and that's going to get in for a hit. Cordero over to play it, but Alex Gordon with a leadoff single here in the third. We had a chance to talk to Ned Yost in between innings, and we started off by asking about his starter today, Ian Kennedy.
Yeah, first inning, you know, especially as a manager, you allow them time to get their rhythm, their tempo, their timing, and, you know, got a pitch up that they drove out of the ballpark, but from that point on, he's been great.
Is there anything Sal Perez cannot do? I mean, it does everything, playing all the time, one of the best catchers in the game.
There's really not much that he can do, and what's so impressive about him for a guy that's been a 4-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove winner, is he works tremendously hard at his defense every single day, on his receiving, on his framing, on his blocking, on his game calling. It's amazing to watch.
Thanks very much, Ned.
Okay, guys.
It is amazing to watch on a daily basis. Our thanks to Ned Yost for joining us in between innings, and Salvador Perez. He is fun to watch. I think he's the best in the game, you said, if I heard you right.
I think you can make an argument that all around, you're going to hear those that like Buster Posey. I think Yadier Molina is probably a notch below. I know he adds a lot of things to a team, but when you're talking about physicality, durability, I'm not sure there's a better combination than Sal Perez right now.
And Kennedy showing bunt here, pulling it back. Mentioned the 3 years here he was in San Diego, so familiar with hitting, even though he's here as part of Interleague, a 127 career hitter. 11th major league season for Kennedy. Pulls it back again. Diaz falling behind here, 3-1.
Well, as a pitcher right here, they're giving you the out, so you want to take that. Diaz is trying to be too fine, trying to overpower Kennedy, and as a result, he's found himself behind 3-1. But that's going to happen with a young pitcher, an inexperienced pitcher.
And he ends up walking him. So the second walk given up by Diaz of the day, and now the Royals have the first 2 on here in the third inning. Diaz upset with himself there. So the breakdown so far for him in 42 pitches.
Well, and here we go, the second time through the lineup, so Merrifield will have seen him. You see Darren Balsley on the phone.
Already. Here in the third inning with nobody out. Pen busy for the Padres.
It'll be interesting to see Merrifield probably bunts here. Also remember Perella's first game at first base.
Very high, and Hedges had to come out of the crouch to reel that in. That'll bring Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, out there. Diaz has been working from behind. First pitch strikes to only 2 of the first 10 batters that he's faced in this contest.
Again, the live arm, there's no question about it. And that's what gets everybody excited. But there is an art to pitching. There's a strategy. There's a composure issue. You have to remember, this is his first time out, so you know he's excited, he's amped up, and he's already the type of guy that throws hard. He's not a, hey, I'm going to hit the spot here, I'm going to hit that there. And you can tell somebody all you want, calm down, deep breath, relax. Well, it's easy to say it.
Yeah.
But again, if you're out there on the mound or at the plate and you have that type of anxiety, that's normal. But how do you control it? You step out, you take a deep breath, and you try to regulate your breathing, and then go get them.
Almost hits Merrifield, who jumps back out of the way and is now ahead 2-0. Single by Alex Gordon starts the inning. Ian Kennedy tried to sacrifice him over, but didn't need to. Ended up being walked by Miguel Diaz. Three and 0.
You know, that's a tough pitch right there. Not that far off the plate. But when you're as erratic as Diaz has been, you're not going to get any type of leniency from the umpire.
Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk. Just going to head out here to talk to Diaz with the bases now filled with Royals.
You know, I think, though, when you're talking about the Padres situation and Diaz's first start, you want growth and you want, I mean, you know, I'd leave him out. Andy Green's head now, but I'd leave him out there. I'd let him try and battle his way out of it.
Yeah, they were hoping for 60 or 70 pitches from him today, and he will not get out of the third inning. Only 46 pitches. Is Andy Green going to make the change? Craig Stammen will be coming in. He is responsible for all three men on for Kansas City, as he will now watch from the dugout. Padres into the pen here for Craig Stammen, veteran right-hander.
From the Nationals, as you remember, he's having a decent year. He's been in 20 games so far. He's a 1-to-1 as far as strikeouts to innings pitched. And he's coming in right now just to try to limit some sort of damage. So he's been pretty darn tough against right-handed hitters.
The Royals have them loaded. Gordon, Kennedy, and Merrifield taking up the bases as Bonifacio stands in and takes strike one from Stammen. This has been Stammen's role for the Padres this year. Kind of a mop-up type scenario, but here he comes in kind of a high leverage situation early in the game. Well, the Padres on top 1-0, but he comes in with the misfortune of having the bases loaded, nobody out. Well, it's a 0 for 5 with the bases loaded this season against the veteran right-hander.
Well, you got to be careful with Bonifacio. Again, he's at 8 home runs. If there is a weakness, you can go up in the zone. We saw Diaz get him earlier in the game. But he does like to chase that high fastball.
Gordon, Kennedy, and Merrifield on the bases for the Royals. Blocked by Hedges. And Stammen falls behind here, 2-1. Bonifacio, a strikeout victim in the first inning. Only strikeout for Diaz while he was out there. Lorenzo Cain waiting on deck for Kansas City. Swing and a miss, and it was up. Slider that time at 84 miles an hour. Evens a count of 2-2.
It just swung through the off-speed pitch right there. But again, anything really waist up, he has trouble getting to.
To get him to chase. Full count. The Padres have had to use that pen a lot lately. We talked about that earlier. So have the Royals, for that matter. Last night their starter only went an inning and a third, so Ned Yost was into that pen early and thought there were going to be a few guys who were going to be unavailable in this game for him in the pen. Swing and a miss, and Bonifacio strikes out, the bases loaded. Second time he's down by way of the K.
Well, the same pitch as he got when Bonifacio recorded strike 2. Is that breaking ball relatively up? It's not really a great location, but against a guy like Bonifacio who does have a weakness for anything waist high or above, it's a perfect pitch.
So big strikeout there for Stammen. Now it gets harder. Here's Lorenzo Cain. Lunging after that pitch. Well, Cain reached on an error committed by the first baseman Jose Perella in the first inning. Career .214 hitter in this spot. Does have 1 grand slam on his resume. Only 0 for 2 this year. Not a lot of chances for Lorenzo in this spot. Padres at double play depth with 1 out in the inning. Runners on, the responsibility of the departed pitcher Miguel Diaz. Did he go? They'll check no. His first base umpire Carlos Torres.
You have noticed, though, with Bonifacio and Cain in this instance right here, as you see, holds up. But again, he was tempted. Off-speed pitches give this Royal Ball Club a lot of trouble. You can spin it, you're going to have pretty good success.
Just off the outside edge. 3-1 now to Lorenzo Cain. And now Hosmer next.
He almost got to go back to that breaking ball that he got Bonifacio.
On the ground, left side. Ibar to second for one, on to first for two. Double play. Second one turned by the Padres. 1-0 San Diego. Diego as we head to the last of the third inning. Now the Padres getting out of a major jam right there. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Royals unable to push across a run, so the Padres have a 1-0 advantage. To the bottom of the third inning we go.
And Craig Stammen coming in and doing a nice job of doing a Houdini act, getting Bonifacio and then inducing the double play by Kane. Really a nice effort. Going to get an at-bat, too, huh?
Yes, he is. Coming in as early as he did in this game. Andy Green hoping he'd hang around a while. Log some innings. Get some outs. Eric Ibar going to lead it off. Then it'll be Stammen and Jose Pirela scheduled to bat in the inning. And Kennedy had a fairly long wait as the Royals had the bases loaded and a pitching change mixed in. Ibar spending his career with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Coming over here to the Padres, his first year here. The elder statesman of this Padres team. Offensive numbers have gone down over the last few years with the Angels, and so far this year with the Padres, 4 home runs, 8 runs batted in, and very good success against Ian Kennedy in his career.
You know, and he may be a guy that maybe a contending team will look to add as a utility guy. I think the Padres will have a few of those. Pitching staff. Guy like Ibar here.
In the air to left field. Alex Gordon moving in and over. Will handle out number 1. I had the chance to talk to the Padres manager in between innings. Andy Green started by asking about his starter, Miguel Diaz, who lasts just 2 innings.
I think you could tell in the first inning it was going to be a short outing. He was amped up, throwing 100 miles an hour. It's a young kid in his first major league start coming out of the bullpen. So we kind of had an idea, as amped up as he came out in the first, it was going to be short. he gives you something to dream on, that's for sure. It's a live fastball. The slider's real. The changeup's real. He's just going to have to pace himself a little better next time out.
Jose Pirela, you move him over to first base right before the ball game. He hits a home run. Talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, it has something to do with Will Myers being sick on us today, but Jose Pirela, since he's been here, man, he's swung the bat so well. He looks so good with the bat in his hands, and he's taken huge steps from last year, and a lot of credit to the guys in the minor leagues for working so hard with him and him working so hard to get back to where he is right now.
Thanks for the time, Andy.
Absolutely, guys.
We kind of wondered about Miguel Diaz, whether or not he would leave something in the tank as making his first start here today in the major leagues. You've seen him as a reliever throw 98, 99, but generally as a starter you can't do that and pitch very deeply into a game.
No, well, and you think about it, in his situation, he probably wasn't going to go, as you mentioned, much more than 60 pitches. So in his mind, he's out there, he's just going to let it all go all at once, and just did not have the control that he would like.
Ended up throwing 46 pitches and the 22 for strikes. And thanks to the work by Stammen coming in, he didn't allow a run in 2+ innings. Stammen will strike out looking. It's the breaking ball that gets him, and that's the third strikeout for Ian Kennedy. 2 down. Well, Pirela coming up, and he homered in the first.
Well, you look at where Perez is set up and where that pitch ends up. I say ends up before it gets in the seats, just on the inner half of the plate, missed his spot. Pirela did not miss his. As Andy Green mentioned it, I mean, the kid has been flat out hitting, getting on base.
And part of the reason the Padres brought him up from El Paso, where he started and played the entire year until 4 days ago. Sitting at .321 in AAA at the time of his call-up. Had parts of 2 seasons with the Yankees before being traded to the Padres organization. A lot of time during spring training, but not at the major league level here for the Padres until the last week. Kennedy, after allowing the home run to Pirela, retired the next 8 Padres in a row. So the home run didn't seem to bother him much.
That's a nice pitch right there. Just nibbling, trying to get Pirela to offer at it.
Highlighted the numbers coming in. It's been a tough year record-wise for Ian Kennedy. Does not have a victory. 0-6 with a 5.33 earned run average coming in. He's one of 3 pitchers who's thrown at least 50 innings without a win to show for it. Fly ball out to right center field. This will stay in the yard this time. As back is Lorenzo Cain to make the catch. In order go the Padres. 1-0 San Diego. We head to the top of the fourth. Well, it all starts here. The 2017 Major League Baseball Draft coverage begins at 6 p.m. Eastern Monday on MLB Network and MLB.com. That should be very interesting. It is that time again, draft time in Major League Baseball. Eric Hosmer getting it started here in the fourth inning for Kansas City. I don't know about you, but the stuff I've seen about Hunter Green has been off the charts, and he looks to be the real deal.
Really is. I had an opportunity to see him play in February in a high school game. There might have been 50, 60 scouts. He pitched about 4 innings. He's hit 98, 99. Also plays shortstop. But I'll tell you, what a talent. I believe he's 17 years old. So still a lot of time for physical maturity. But wow. I mean, he's got the, obviously, when you're throwing that hard, the arm strength that he could be pitching in the big leagues next week.
That's the thing. Anytime you mention 100, it seems like most organizations would be mostly interested in him pitching.
Yeah, and that's 100 at the high school level right now. Tell you, if I'm a high school kid and I'm seeing 100, I'm gonna. Hey, I don't know, but this baseball thing's really on my docket here.
Hosmer, Perez, and Moustakas expected here in the fourth inning for Kansas City. The bases loaded but could not score in the third inning with nobody out. Strikeout followed by the double play. And kind of an emergency swing there for Hosmer, fouling it off. Look at the top 10 prospects going into the MLB draft next week. We're talking about Hunter Green, but there are others also getting a lot of respect heading in. Padres will have the third pick for the draft.
You see the number 5 pick, Royce Lewis, same high school as Austin Hedges here, the Padres. Fine looking shortstop. Probably the best athlete in the entire draft. Don't know if infield will be in his future. May go to the outfield, but I'll tell you what, athletically, I don't know if there's anybody better in the draft. And there's your high school draft roundup, Donnie.
There it is. This one grounded back to Stammen. Nicely played off the third base side of the mound. And Hosmer is out number 1 of the fourth inning. Time now for a game break. Let's send it to Kevin Burkhardt in the FS1 studio. All right, Kevin, thanks very much. That is a problem for the Nationals. As good as their starting pitching is, as good as their offense is, and they're in a great spot in the NL East right now, their bullpen is truly a problem.
And again, we can look right at this Royals ball club. Is Herrera a guy? I mean, do you target Kelvin Herrera and go after him? And I think you can also, at least in the Nationals case, I'd call the Giants up. I'd explore Melanson. He was with them last year.
Tough hop to third, but Spangenberg plays it. Throw is good, and there are 2 outs here in the fourth inning. Salvador Perez erased 2 away. Bring up Mike Moustakas. Grounded into 1 of 2 double plays already grounded into today by the Royals.
I mean, it feels like I'm talking about every guy in the Royals, but Moustakas, how would he look over in Boston at third, or in New York with the Yankees? And there are just so many different avenues that teams can explore. As I can't wait. The next month and a half, just how the league starts to figure itself out, what teams are involved, what players will be on the move.
Well, you said it earlier. The teams will figure out whether they're buyers or sellers. The one problem, though, is now the new wild card. It's not all that new now, but that part of it keeps teams in it, at least as far as thinking they're in it, whether maybe they really are not.
Well, that's it. You have to make that gutsy call, right? You could be 2 or 3 out of the wild card, but the reality is you're not going to win the World Series, and you may frustrate your fan base, but look at you're going to have to decide Do I sell out for now? And when I mean sell out, not make moves, do you do that? And then what happens if you don't make it? Now you've just wasted this much time. You didn't take an opportunity to make your franchise, your organization better. And you look at that AL Central, how bunched up it is.
Stammen wanted that, didn't get it, and it evens at 2-2 to Mike Moustakas. 2 down here in the 4th inning. Stammen has retired everybody that he's faced so far. And this was the last pitch he wanted. Kind of came back to the corner. Now, with everything that has gone on and has gone wrong for Kansas City, coming in at 26-34, 6.5 back of the Minnesota Twins in the Central, it doesn't take long to get right back into it again.
No, it doesn't. But you know, you don't want to be or put yourself in a position to think you're good because everybody else is mediocre, and that's kind of the way the AL Central is played up to this part.
Moustakas strikes out. Second K for Stammen. 1-0 Padres after 3.5. We head to the last of the 4th inning. I want to remind you to vote today, vote tomorrow, vote your 2017 All-Stars with the Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot. Vote at MLB.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 88th MLB All-Star Game, presented by MasterCard, July the 11th and live on Fox. Frenchie Cordero gets it started here for the Padres. They'll fly out to center field in the 1st inning. 3-game hitting streak coming in, and 4 for his last 9. Kennedy's been in a pretty good groove here. He's retired the last 9 Padres in a row. Leadoff walk here, and that breaks up the string of 9 in a row retired. First walk allowed by Kennedy in his outing. We're talking about the All-Star Game coming up. And the balloting already underway. Bradley, Trout, and Judge. Sano, Lindor. Altuve, Cabrera around the infield. Of course, Salvador Perez leading vote-getter. As the catcher with Nelson Cruz right now leading in the DH category. And it'll be in Miami this year on Fox. The All-Star game was here last year. A home run in that game last year for Salvador Perez right here at Petco Park. Check on Cordero, back to the bag.
We talk about Salvador Perez and his ability to throw runners out. Last year, a 48% clip. Saw him last night throw out a runner. Kennedy just seemed to have lost it right now. And going to a couple changeups, that breaking ball. Gotta just work ahead with a fastball. Again, this is an aggressive Padre team. They're gonna swing the bats. Make them expand with that fastball.
50th pitch for Ian Kennedy of the afternoon. And it is lined down the right field line, foul. Out ahead of that was Yangervis Solarte.
Kennedy throwing a lot off speed. That was a changeup right there. On the 3-1 pitch to Cordero, when he walked him, he went after him with a changeup. Just feel like if he could rely on his fastball a bit more, at least he'd work ahead. But again, as you mentioned, I mean, 9 straight hitters he'd retired after the home run.
In the air to shallow right is Merrifield, second baseman, ducking back to handle out number 1 of the inning. Look at the AL balloting. Let's check out the National League leaders. Charlie Blackmon off to a tremendous start, an RBI leader from the top spot in his order with the Colorado Rockies. And at third, Seager, Murphy, Zimmerman, and Buster Posey.
Yeah, I tell you, Paul Goldschmidt having a great year in Arizona. First baseman, but Zimmerman, man, I think he was hitting 360 something coming into today.
A lot of very good candidates at first base in the National League.
Yeah, really is deep.
And a check on Cordero. Kennedy trying to work his way around a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hunter Renfroe getting his second look today at Ian Kennedy. Renfroe was a strikeout victim in the first inning, one of 3 Ks so far today for the Royals right-hander. 5-gamer coming in for Hunter Renfroe. Snap throw to first, and Cordero gets back. That's one thing Salvador Perez not afraid to do. That's a throw to any base at any time.
No messing around right there, right from his knees. Just pops that thing over to Hosmer at first base. Haas is ready down there. You know, although you may not get the runner, what that does is that then it makes him shorten up that secondary lead. So then if there is a close play, say a single right now, and the guy gets thrown out at third, everybody's, yeah, that's a great throw. But really, you can take it back to even Salvador Perez. You know, hold them close at first, making them shorten up a little bit.
Drops in there for strike 2. Kennedy painting with that fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, and you can see that's where they're going after the young hitter. They started with the breaking ball, then you get him with the fastball there. But everything away, away, away. If you do go in, you're going to go in off of the plate.
Reaches out and sends it in the air to right center. Lorenzo Cain for out number 2. And back to first goes Cordero. with 2 down here in the 4th inning. Bring up Corey Spangenberg with 2 outs here in the inning. Spangenberg fouling out down the left field line to Alex Gordon, his first time up. To get his second look at Ian Kennedy, second time through here for the Padres against Kennedy. Only blemish for Kennedy in this game, the home run by Jose Perella. That led off the bottom of the 1st inning. Spangenberg has heated it up lately at the plate. Spangenberg last year starting the first 16 games of the year at second base, and then had a calf problem that kept him on the DL for the remainder of the year. And this year coming into camp wins a job on the roster at third base primarily, but he's also played some left field.
Right after him with a fastball, basically cut the middle of the plate there. If you're going to go after Spangenberg now with an off-speed pitch, maybe a change-up away.
Line to right, and that's in for a base hit. Cordero touches second, heads for third, and he's going to get there without a problem. 1st and 3rd now with 2 down for the Padres here in the 4th inning.
Well, Kennedy tries to go with that changeup. Perez wants it out off of the plate. Just keeps this thing up, and really, as you watch, Perez has to move his glove back towards the middle of the plate. Obviously not the location. Spangenberg does a nice job of shooting that out to right.
First and 3rd, 2 down, and Austin Hedges the batter. He struck out swinging in the 2nd inning.
Remember, his striking out as well. It was on a breaking ball in the dirt. You can see the very first pitch right there, the triangle breaking ball in the dirt, and see if Austin will offer at it.
Pitch 60 coming up here for Kennedy. And it's fouled off to even the count of 1-1. This time Kennedy pitched was against the Astros on Monday. 4 runs on 6 hits against that very good Astros team. Lasted only 5 innings. Ended up throwing 96 pitches in that 5-inning effort against the Astros. Runner goes at first. Hedges swings away and pops it up left side. Escobar calling and catching out number 3. Padres strand a pair but lead it 1-0. FS1 is sponsored by the Lincoln Continental. Now the San Diego Padres have a 1-0 advantage. To the 5th inning we go. And Craig Stammen back out there. Been out there since the 3rd inning as the Padres starter Miguel Diaz left the game after 2+ innings. City's Escobar, the recipient of strike 1. Bottom 3rd of the Royals order anticipated here in the 5th. Escobar, Gordon, and Ian Kennedy, the pitcher's spot. In the air to left field. Córdoba going back on the track at the wall. It's gone. A home run for Alcides Escobar. His first of the year for Kansas City, and the Royals tie the game 1-1 with one swing of the bat. Each team with a solo home run in this game. It's tied 1-1.
His first home run of the year. This is just a pitch. It's up in the zone. It's out of the zone, and Escobar knows he got it right when he hit it.
So 1-1 ball game now. That is the first hitter to get a base hit against Craig Stammen since coming into this game, and it leads off the 5th. And ties the game. Alex Gordon singled to center field first time up. Both offenses have been pretty quiet in this game. 2 hits for the Royals, 2 hits for the Padres. In the air down the left field line. Córdoba headed over towards the corner, and Córdoba slides, can't catch it, and goes into the wall, and literally the padding on the wall comes apart. As far as he could, not much foul ground in there. Went into a slide, knee first, to the wall down there. He gets some assistance.
Well, he's over there and he slides, and you can see that's where they house the tarps in there. And unfortunately, that's not cement or brick.
That's where they hold the tarp here at Petco Park.
They ever use the tarp here?
I was going to say, you know, I've seen it like once.
Just now.
Yeah, there it is. We'll shift on here for the Padres on the right side, and coming in there to Gordon with ball 1. There's the shift. Bring Spangenberg, third baseman, to the right side of the infield as part of this shift, and leave with the shortstop Ibar on the left side.
You mentioned not a lot of hitting on either one of these for either one of these ball clubs today, and it's not just today. I mean, it's been all season long, and neither one of these offenses have been good. I mean, that's just the bottom line. They rank at the bottom in just about every category.
Well, Gordon strikes out here, 3rd K for Stammen since coming in, and out number 1 of the 5th inning.
Just a fastball up and out of the zone, and you can see Gordon swinging under it. Again, with that stance, that shoulder tilted down, the swing plane, he's dangerous on a pitch low and in, but not a lot of coverage in the rest of the area.
You know, 1 down here in the 5th, and it brings up the pitcher Ian Kennedy. It seems these American League teams coming in as part of interleague certainly are at a disadvantage when having to have their pitcher hit. It's not the way their lineups are constructed.
Well, and you mentioned not the way their lineup, just not the way their team is constructed, right? You know, you usually in the American League, that DH spot is counted on as an offensive spot that really produces, and now you've got to replace it with a pitcher. You know, I think the one thing that
back up the middle and by Ibar into center field, a 1-out single for the pitcher Ian Kennedy, who gets aboard here.
I think one of the things that, you know, they don't talk about much though when you have the pitchers hitting is now you have pitchers running the bases. And that's something that even before you get into these interleague games, sure, they'll take BP and do that sort of thing. But, how often are teams having their guys run the bases? And, whether that's going from first to third on a base hit, or if a pitcher's fortunate enough to hit one and you're trying to get a double. And, you've seen some injuries over the years as a result of that.
Sure have, and it seems like it's been the American League teams in National League cities who have that problem.
Absolutely.
Not doing it all that often. This is line to left field and a base hit from Merrifield. Córdoba over to get it back in, but the Royals have something going here. After they have tied the game, Kennedy and Merrifield with back-to-back base hits here, 2 on with 1 away.
Again, this is meant to be a slider, a little cutter, have some sort of break, and basically just spins, stays in the middle of the zone, and Merrifield does a nice job. He's staying right on it. Bonifacio coming up to the plate right now has had trouble with that breaking ball. Hasn't been able to fare well. He struck out twice. Stammen's going to have to throw something better than the one he just threw to Merrifield.
Chops it to third. Spangenberg is second for 1, on to first for 2. That is the third double play turned by the Padres today. It's been a big play and a big one for Stammen. On FS1, the stakes could be higher as bitter rivals clash again. Clint Dempsey and the U.S. men's national team take on Chicharito and Mexico in a crucial World Cup qualifier. Tomorrow, coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on FS1. Now, thanks to the home run for Escobar, tied 1-1. Of course, the great Tony Gwynn, home of here, and his statue out beyond the center field fence. At Petco Park, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn.
Heck of a ball player. Had an opportunity to play against him in the 90s. And heck, I even growing up here in San Diego, I used to go watch him play point guard for the San Diego State Aztecs. And head coach Smokey Gaines and Tony running the offense.
On to the last of the 5th inning, bottom third of the Padres order anticipated. Córdoba, Ibar, and most likely a pinch hitter. And the pitcher spot in the inning. Córdoba flied out to the right fielder Jorge Bonifacio in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. A new slate here for Kennedy, who had only given up the home run in the first. We're in the midst of a 1-1 game. And he falls behind the leadoff hitter here, 3-0.
Remember, he did the same thing last inning with Cordero. Was able to escape any type of damage, but not ideal.
And that's ball 4. Same thing. Time out for a game break. Let's send it to Kevin Burkhardt in the FS1 studio. All right, Kevin, thanks very much. It is amazing. I feel like that team really sort of underachieved last year. A lot of the same guys coming back this year and much better results. And of course, you add Holland at the end of the game, and that has been a tremendous pickup for them.
And remember, Bud Black at the helm. I think that's had a huge impact. The pitching staff is throwing great. It's just tough to buy the Rockies, and I know we're in June, and look at they're playing extremely well, but how does that young staff deal with Colorado come August, come September, when games start to really mean something as far as, oh my goodness, we're in this thing. Right now it's kind of cool, it's kind of a novelty, there's a lot of season left, but God, what a story. What a story this National League West is. That's the thing.
Eric Ibar batting with Cordoba at first base. Second straight inning, the leadoff hitter has been walked. The leadoff hitter was left by the Padres last inning as Kennedy worked his way around it.
6 straight balls there.
Tough way to operate if you're going to walk the leadoff hitter. Back-to-back innings.
Well, and we're not talking about feared offensive players.
Luis Torrens has come out on deck here for the Padres, which would be the end for Craig Stammen in the pitcher spot. Torrens would bat. Stammen going 3 full innings of relief for the Padres after their starter only went 2. We're talking about the NL West. Colorado now with a 3-game lead over the Dodgers. The Rockies and Dodgers playing very well at home. And Arizona certainly in the mix as well.
Well, the Dodgers started a stretch beginning last night where they will go 50 games. 38 of those games are against teams that are under 500.
Surprised by the Giants this season and how disappointing they have been.
I am. I guess I shouldn't have been by what they did that whole second half. Remember, they had the best record in all of baseball at the All-Star break, and then just had to just really scrap just to get in the playoffs. They played about as poorly as anybody that second half, and it's really it's carried over into this season. But no, I didn't expect it to be this. No.
Runner goes. Ibar fouls it back on the 3-2 pitch. Cordoba got a start, but he'll have to head on back to first base.
I think that's another club that the teams may call, the San Francisco Giants. And, the Giants may want to explore getting rid of some salary. They've got some high-priced guys.
I mentioned Melanson earlier. That was a high-priced guy.
Something.
Runner goes again. Ibar swings and grounds it into right field for a base hit. Cordoba headed for third, and now it's first and third for the Padres with nobody out. And Hosmer in on the grass at first. That was quickly by him into right field. And there are runners at the corners now against Kennedy.
Just a little spinner up there. Not a lot of break on it. And Ibar able to shoot it into that hole over there.
Dave Island, the pitching coach, out there for the first time to talk to Ian Kennedy today.
His trouble has been he can't get ahead of the hitter. I mean, that first pitch to each of the two hitters this inning started off as balls. 4 straight to Cordova, and then Ibar was 2-0.
Torrens introduced as the pinch hitter here for the Padres. Nobody out. First and third here in the 5th. 156 average, no homers, and an RBI for Torrens. A backup catcher for the Padres, another Rule 5 draft choice.
Well, that's a difference right there for Kennedy. Gets that first pitch strike. And now he has an opportunity to maybe go with a breaking ball. Make Torrens expand.
Fastball by him, and it's 0-2.
If you're Torrens, you're just trying to spread out and just make some contact. You need a double play, you'll take it. Just get a run in. You've got to avoid the strikeout.
Kennedy trying to double up on the fastballs, and that one fouled off.
I just feel like he's set up right now for that breaking ball. I mean, as you mentioned, he's seen 3 straight fastballs. As a hitter, you're just trying to let the ball travel, get deep, shoot it between first and second. You almost try to jam yourself.
Lifts it in the air to shallow left. Escobar, the shortstop, back. And he'll put it away. It's a big out right there. It's out number 1 of the inning for the Royals.
But you see how after he goes after him, he starts with that fastball. Boom, first pitch strike. So, hey, finally ahead. Then gets one right by him. Tries to sneak a third, and he's thinking, I'm going to get that fastball. I'm going to get that fastball. And never went to the breaking ball. Ended up Torrens popping up. This is the at-bat, though, right? I mean, Perella's seen him twice, had some good swings.
And a home run back in the first inning, fly to center in the third. And jumping on that first pitch, fouls it back to the screen.
That was a breaking ball, just left it up. Hit that fastball out earlier in the game.
Home run for Perella in the first inning, his first this year in the major leagues. Cordova at third base, Ibar at first base, outfield playing about straight away. Outfield a double play depth here for Kansas City. Next pitch should be the 80th of the afternoon for Ian Kennedy.
Well, Kennedy's got to be on the plate. I mean, he's going an inch or two off, and he's not getting the call. Almost got to go breaking ball away here.
In the dirt. And a good hitter's count here for Perella now, 3-1.
If I'm Kennedy, I'm going to use Perella's aggressiveness against him. I'm thinking a young hitter, a guy that just hit a home run off me. He's feeling pretty good. I'm going to throw a breaking ball here. Because if I walk him, fine, I'll start over with Cordero. The base is loaded, but you know, a fastball could be 3 runs in one swing.
Chopped up over the third baseman. It's a fair ball down the left field line. Portable will score. Ibar is being waved around. Trouble in left for Gordon. 2 runs are in for the Padres, and they take a 3-1 lead. A chopper up over the third baseman in Moustakas, who is in close. Ends up all the way down the left field corner, and the Padres play 2 and take a 3-1 lead. Double and 2 RBIs, so all the runs have been driven in by Pirela.
And you can see he goes with the breaking ball again, and it just kind of backs up on him a little bit. And then bad luck, that ball just over the outstretched glove of Moustakas. You know, the thinking was right. They wanted to throw the breaking ball. You see Ibar, Glenn Hoffman sending Ibar all the way. The outcome not what the Royals wanted.
So a 3-1 Padres lead, and here is Franchy Cordero. A big 2-run double as part of the Padres victory last night in game 1 of this series.
You know, we can talk about that double. We can go back to the leadoff walk. 4 straight pitches to the number 7 hitter.
That had been the 2nd straight inning that Kennedy had walked. The leadoff hitter did it in the 4th. Got out of it, but it was a taxing inning. He does it in the 5th, and this time 2 come across so far for the Padres. Game for Pirela, the top spot in the order. He's driven in 3 runs, including a home run. Cordero flied out to center and walked in 2 plate appearances today against Kennedy. Swing and a miss, and Kennedy strikes out Cordero. He needed that. Picks up his 4th strikeout. There are 2 outs here in the 5th.
Nice job here. The fastball in the inner part of the plate, right underneath the hands, and you can see Cordero swinging underneath that pitch. Very tough for a left-handed hitter, for that matter, any hitter, to get to that pitch. It's that fastball right underneath your hands.
So 2 down. Pirela at second base, and brings up Yangervis Solarte. 3-13 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. As Kennedy about to offer up his 25th pitch of this inning. Wild swing and a miss for Solarte. Badly fooled on that breaking ball. Up the middle, into center field, a base hit for Solarte. Here comes Pirela around, and the Padres take a 4-1 lead. A 2-out RBI single for Yangervis Solarte.
Well, Kennedy trying to change the eye level. It's just throwing a breaking ball. It bounced in the dirt that he went after. So then he tries to elevate a fastball, and Solarte not letting it get by him. So Pirela having a day. Not sure though about that. Excuse me, about that pitch selection though. You just threw a curveball in the dirt that he swings at, and then you come back with a fastball.
Now Renfroe will pop it up and around the middle infield, and it's Escobar, the shortstop, who puts it away. A 3-run inning for San Diego. It's 4-1 Padres. Budweiser game summary. Alcides Escobar with a solo home run tied the game 1-1. As Jose Pirela had homered to begin the game, and since then Pirela's added to his day. 3 RBIs, scored 2 runs, a big double to drive in a pair. And Hervis Solarte with 2 outs drives in a run of his own with a single. And the Padres enjoy a 4-1 lead over the Kansas City Royals as we head into the 6th inning. An unusually gray day here in San Diego. As into the game for the Padres, third pitcher of the day, Jose Torres.
The left-hander from Venezuela going to be asked to hold this lead. Give the Padres a few innings. Been in 28 games so far this year.
Lorenzo Cain leading it off here for Kansas City. And a drive to left field for Cain. Back goes Cordoba, and that ball is gone. Long home run to left field for Lorenzo Cain. That's his 5th of the year. As the Royals try to answer here in the 6th inning, they pick up their 2nd run.
Well, you see this pitch just up in the zone, just kind of hangs about 75, 78 miles an hour, and you see Cain just extends, leans back. He knows that thing's gone.
So 4-2 now, Padres. As Torres welcomed rudely to the game by Lorenzo Cain, who takes him out of the yard. In his 5th home run of the year. Eric Hosmer batting. Elevated fastball that he chases there. 0-2. Jose Torres in the game now, taking over for Craig Stammen, who did a nice job. 3 innings, allowing only the 1 run. Got out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam when he came into the game. As the Padres starter today, Miguel Diaz, lasting just 2 innings. On the ground, a fair ball inside the bag at third, down the left field line. Hosmer will stay at first with a single. Right inside the bag down there at third, and a good start to the 6th inning for Kansas City.
Great job by Hosmer just shooting that ball down the left field line. See, that pitch is out of the zone. Very athletic. I mean, one of the reasons why he hasn't translated as far as the massive power numbers that, again, you watch him take BP, he can hit the ball a mile, but he's not pull conscious at all. Just get the ball, get the barrel on it, and shoot it wherever it's pitched.
Now Salvador Perez has walked and grounded out to third base. His 3rd plate appearance, 3rd different pitcher he has seen in this game.
You got to be careful here. One swing of the bat will tie this ball game. Stay away from him. Hope for the double play.
Torres coming in here in the 6th inning, allowing a home run to Cain. A single for Hosmer. Now falling behind Perez.
Hosmer only 3 stolen bases.
Perez deep and far to left. Will it stay fair? It's down the line, and it is a foul ball. Just to the left of that foul pole down the left field line. Just out ahead of it. And the distance.
You know, they've tried to go in on him. The first 2 pitches, that one for balls, and then that one doesn't get in, or gets in far enough, I should say. I just don't understand why. Why are we not trying to go away here, induce a double play? Perez is up there thinking one thing.
Fouls off the 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 2-2.
You just stay out there. If he beats you to right field, you tip your cap. Try and get something low right now. That outer part of the plate. Hope he offers at it. I'd quit trying to sneak something inside.
On the ground, deep third, but foul. Runners in scoring position. Torres has been very good this year. 130 opponent batting average, but right now runner at first with nobody out. And a chopper softly hit towards Solarte. He'll go to second from one to first. Going to be close, not in time. Hosmer at second is forced out, but Salvador Perez beats it out at first.
Do a nice job. The ball just not hit hard enough, and Perez hustling all the way. Again, just a testament to how hard this guy plays. He's a catcher. He's out there every day. It's day game after a night game. He's still busting it all the way down to first.
So he stays out of the double play. The Padres have already turned 3 of them today. One out, one on for Mike Moustakas. Popped up foul, backing out of play.
In this situation, I know Perella is getting his first start over there today at first base, but I'd play behind Perez, especially with a left-hander on the mound. Give yourself a little bit of range with the left-handed hitting Moustakas at the plate. By not doing so, got that hole over there for Moustakas to hit through.
Moustakas 0 for 2 in the game. He's bounced into a 4-6-3 double play and struck out swinging. In the air to right center field. Renfroe from right will take charge and put it away for out number 2. The sun has poked through the clouds for the first time today, and Renfroe had to deal with it a little bit out there in right center, but handles out number 2. You don't often see a lot of these clouds here in the San Diego area, but we are in June. You got that June gloom.
June gloom, you got it.
Andy Green making his way out to the mound. As Torres has got 2 outs in the inning, he'll go to the veteran Kirby Yates will be coming in. Padres lead it 4-2. inning. MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get club branded home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game, video highlights, radio broadcast, statcast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Now the Royals picked up a run here in the 6th inning on a home run by Lorenzo Cain. Salvador Perez at first base. Padres bring in Kirby Yates. The runner at first and 2 down as Alcides Escobar, the batter. Yates claimed off waivers by the Padres from the Angels.
See, the 19 innings of work, 27 strikeouts. Remember, Escobar in his last at bat hit one out of the park.
First home run of the year for Escobar was off Craig Stammen, and at the time tied the score 1-1. It's only runs Stammen allowed in 3 innings of relief work today for San Diego. Elevated in 95, and Escobar fouling it back.
Hey, Yates not messing around, coming right at Escobar. Nothing but hard stuff so far.
Salvador Perez over at first. Yates just looked over in his direction. And that was close. Yates wanted it, but it's just off the outside edge.
Good pitch, but didn't feel like that was over the plate. Thought that was outside. Yeah. Chris Guccione behind the plate doing a nice job.
Swinging a foul tip held onto by Hedges. Yates comes in and strikes out Escobar. 4-2 Padres. Scooter Gennett for the Cincinnati Reds, who was 5 for 5 with 4 home runs in one game. 10 runs batted in for Gennett, and a pretty special night for him.
Yeah, started off relatively innocent too, just a little blooper over the third baseman's head in his first at bat, but man, did he come out with a roar. Hard to believe that no Cincinnati Red had ever, I mean, you're talking about the Rose, Morgan, Bench, George Foster, Kluszewski back in the day.
Corey Spangenberg leading it off here for the Padres in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Kennedy back on the mound again and grooving a strike over the outside corner. It has him ahead of Spangenberg, 0-2. Spangenberg, Hedges, Cordoba expected in the inning. 5, 6, and 7. Pitch count rising for Kennedy at 91 right now, dealing with his first hitter of the bottom of the 6th inning. And that's a base hit into right center field. Spangenberg's got good speed. He is thinking too. No, he's going to throw the brakes on. Wide turn at first. Good job by the Royals to get it back in quickly, and it's a leadoff single for Corey Spangenberg.
Well, 3rd straight inning, the Padres have got their leadoff hitter on board. This thing just hanging up there. Spangenberg does a nice job of waiting on it.
Third straight innings the Padres have had the lead runner on. Austin Hedges 0 for 2 in the ball game and struck out swinging and popped out to shortstop.
Well, we talked about the beginning of the show that Kennedy needed to go deep into this ball game for a number of reasons. Just really, he hasn't recorded an out in the 6th inning in his last 4 starts.
Hedges lines it down the left field line. It is a foul ball. So Spangenberg back to first. Kennedy allowed a run in the first, 3 in the 5th inning. There is Mike Minor warming in the pen right now for the Royals. First action we've seen out there for Ned Yost today.
Well, after Hedges just rips that ball down the line, especially with the runner on first, you got to be thinking off speed away. Nope, going back. Came with the off speed, a changeup inside. Don't see that often, righty versus righty. Greg Maddux used to do it. It's a great pitch. Well, great pitch in that he got away with it. I'm not sure that's the location. All right, what do you think? You got to go with the breaking ball here. You got a double play in order. Been inside.
They're going back and forth on what to do here. He shook him off and stepped off, and now peering back in again.
I just feel like he's got him set up for a breaking ball away here.
Swing and a miss.
Change up again, huh?
Yep, went back to it, worked for strike 2, works for strike 3. That's 5 strikeouts now for Ian Kennedy, 1 down in the inning.
As you mentioned, comes back with a pitch that he got a previous with on the swing and miss. Just that changeup, and it's really not a great spot. It's up, it's elevated, but able to get the young Hedges to offer at it.
So 1 down. Spangenberg still at first base, and it brings up Alan Cordoba. He has fly to right, walked and scored a run. Royals double play depth here. They have not yet turned one today. Check on Spangenberg, back to the bag. And Kennedy coming in at 0-6, and right now trailing 4-2 in this game. A little closer that time. Hosmer applying the tag on the legs of Spansberg, but he gets back again. And Kennedy today has struck out 5. He has walked 2. Mentioned that he was a member of the Padres from 2013 through 2015 and had 73 starts during that time, individually under 500 at 26-30. And from the Padres to the Royals, where he has been since. Spangenberg goes as Cordova fouls it back to the screen. Spangenberg checking with Merrifield, who's not going to give him an honest answer there. But he got one from Paul Nowert, the second base umpire. In the air, foul down the right field line, and Cordova's down 1-2 as Kennedy jumps ahead.
And I think if you're Ned Yost and you're watching Kennedy throw today, you've got to be encouraged. I mean, he's done some good things. He made a mistake to Perella on the first at bat of the game, and really that ground ball that Perella hit over Moustakas' head, you know, that could have easily been a double play. I mean, he just took a hop over Moustakas' head. And, you know, all in all, Kennedy's throwing pretty well.
Next pitch will be his 100th, and a look at the breakdown for him. Working the hardest in that 5th inning. That was the inning the Padres scored 3 times, which at the time gave him a 4-1 lead. The Royals have gotten a run back. It's 4-2 with 1 out and a runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cordova hits one on the ground to short, could be 2. Escobar to second for 1, on to first. It is not in time. Carlos Torres, first base umpire, took a good long look and decided that Cordova is safe at first. We'll see if the Royals are going to challenge this. And again, this would be their first double play of the day if they can turn it. And it looks like he's out.
Yeah. But you saw Hosmer come off the bag immediately and just point to the dugout. So.
The challenge on here for the Royals. Call on the field has been made by Carlos Torres, saying the runner is safe. See if it is overturned here.
I'm going to get daring, Johnny. I'm going to write down in my book DP. Going out on a limb here.
You know what? I'm not going there.
You're not going to do it?
No, even though
well, you're ink. I'm pencil. I can erase.
Okay, I can't. I'm in the Flair pen department, and once I put it in there, it's permanent. And I've been down this road too many times where I really think I know what I'm talking about, and then I really don't. So, so we'll see. Royals are walking off the field. They're so confident. They've seen it on the big board in left field.
Do it, Diane. Put it down in pen. You can do it. Just do it. Do it. Yeah.
There it goes.
Oh, yeah.
It's going in the book. Well, I don't know why this isn't happening quicker.
Right, quicker. Yeah. That's always the puzzling thing. It seems so obvious, and we have a camera shot. It should be a lot simpler.
All right, we got a decision.
This better be a bang.
Yeah. It is. It's a 6-4-3 twin killing that ends the 6th. 4-2 Padres.
On the diamond, the best team of analysts in baseball get you caught up on a full night of action around the big leagues on MLB Whip Around. Weeknights at 11 Eastern on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. You got to check that out, Donnie. Get all your baseball.
You just might see Eric Karros on there when you're watching.
Kevin Burkhardt in there hosting, Chris Myers, Mike Hill. Got all the guys. Don Trell, your man, Swing Dog, he's in there.
When are you back in? Do you know?
I'm back in Monday.
Very nice. We'll look for you on Monday. Well, Alex Gordon leading it off here. Kirby Yates back on the mound for the Padres. Padres in a shift on the right side on Gordon, who's 1 for 2 today. A single to center in the 3rd inning for the Royals left fielder. There is the shift. Solarte in short right. Yates came in and struck out Escobar, the runner at first, 2 down in the 6th inning. He's back out there to start the 7th. Andy Green has tried to piece this game together after his starter, Miguel Diaz, lasted just 2+ innings. So it's been Stammen, Torres, and now Yates at this point of the game. Popped up, foul ground. Hedges coming back. And it hits the screen. So no play for Austin Hedges.
Hedges doing a nice job. He was camped right over there. Fortunately for him, hits a screen. Yeah, you see Alex Gordon, though, just missing that pitch. Like I said, just the way watching his swing path, his plane, if it's down and in, he's going to crush it. Anywhere else, though, just has trouble getting to it.
Lines this to right field, and that's going to get in for a hit. Then throw it back at the warning track's got a great arm. His throw to second base is going to be not in time, and a double for Alex Gordon to start this 7th inning.
See, watch where this pitch is. And Hedges is setting up inside, and it just, I'm not sure that's about the only spot. Maybe even a little lower. Big Gordon, again, with this swing plane, is going to run into a ball. They had thrown pitches up and away, and swung through it, missed it. Gordon doing a nice job of hustling and keeping his hand on the bag.
No pinch hitter coming up here in the pitcher's spot, so that is the day for Ian Kennedy, who threw an even 100 pitches. There's the veteran Brandon Moss pinch hitting here now for the Royals, coming off the bench. The pitcher Ian Kennedy was pretty good today at the plate. He walked and singled in 2 plate appearances. But Moss, the type of guy that can take you out of the yard and trying to tie this game up.
Yeah, he makes no bones about it. He's up there and he's just pull happy, and he's swinging for the fence.
9 of them so far this year for the Royals in 41 games. So Kennedy gives up 4 runs, 6 hits in 6 innings, walking a couple and striking out 5. Do you think progress today for Kennedy?
I do. I think if he could have 2 at-bats back, it would be the leadoff home run, and then it would be the leadoff walk in that 5th inning. That really started everything to the number 7 hitter.
On the ground, right side, Solarte sliding to the backhand. Throws out Moss, but on to third goes Alex Gordon with now 1 down. Well, tonight it's Major League Baseball on Fox. The summer heat is rising as Chris Davis and the Orioles meet Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees. Major League Baseball tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox. Check your local listing for the MLB game in your area.
Yeah, it's fun over there in that American League East. You got the Yankees, the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays.
Even the Rays making some noise right now.
Yeah.
They won a game in 10 innings today against the Oakland A's. 1 out, runner at third for Whit Merrifield. And here's the AL East you were talking about, bunched up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I do like the Boston pitching. I think, you know, David Price, once he gets going, I still like them to win that East. You know, you'll have an opportunity. You've got Boston and Houston next week on Big Fox.
Looking forward to that.
That'll be a great game to call.
Yeah, the combination, really the trio, Porcello, Sale, and Price, when they get going, that's going to be something special.
Yeah, you know, I like Rodriguez too, the lefty. You know, I know he's on the DL right now. You know, Porcello, for me, I got to believe he's going to be better. He's just really struggled this year. Rodriguez he's been nice.
Merrifield having a chance to play on a daily basis. Saw the numbers as to why he's been producing here for Ned Yost. And top of the order, and he produces here with a line drive base hit into center field. Alex Gordon will score, and it's a one-run game. So Merrifield on base for the third time with his second hit, and he drives in a run.
Really a nice job of hitting right there. That's an 0-2 situation. You've got a guy on third. He's not trying to get too greedy. He's just waiting for Yates to make a mistake, and this thing just hangs up there. Spins over the middle of the plate. You see Merrifield, no stride at all. He's trying to be short to the ball and drives in the run.
Well, it is a one-run game now. Salvador Perez approves. Andy Green out there. Looks like he's going to make a double switch here in a one-run game as we are in the midst of the top of the seventh inning. Royals get closer. 4-3 Padres. Well, in the midst of the top of the seventh inning, a run in here for the Royals. A runner at first, and Brad Hand, the new pitcher for the Padres, as Bonifacio fouls it off to the right out of play. And Bonifacio getting his fourth at bat of the day, struck out twice and grounded into a double play. Brad Hand, who last year got into 82 games. This is 30th of this year.
Yeah, if you're talking about an all-star from the San Diego Padres, you'd have to say he's your guy. Been great so far up to this point.
Elevates, and as we have seen, Bonifacio will chase that pitch up.
It's tough. It's tough to lay off of it as a hitter. You feel like, gosh, I can get to that thing. I can drive it. It just takes discipline to stay away and know that for the most part you're not going to be able to catch up to that pitch.
Andy Green will use Brad Hand in high leverage situations as Matt Caesar is taken over in left field as part of this double switch. He'll now bat out of the 9 spot, which will be second coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pitcher spot is now 7th in the Padres order in Brad Hand.
Matt Caesar hitting that big 3-run pinch hit home run last night. There he is.
Been a nice addition to the Padres. After being a utility guy for the last year or two for the Chicago Cubs. And coming over from the Cubs earlier this season. Check swing. Did it go? Yes, he did. Rung out by Carlos Torres. Bonifacio becomes out number 2 of the 7th inning.
That breaking ball down to the back right foot of the right-handed hitter. Those things are so difficult, especially coming from the left-handed pitcher. That thing's just barreling down and very tough to hit it. And if you do, you usually just bounce that thing right into the ground.
2 down for Lorenzo Cain, who hit a home run his last time up in the 6th inning.
Yeah, that home run off of Torres was a left-handed pitcher that about 78, 79 mile an hour pitch. Off speed, just kind of hung. Hand just goes after him with hard stuff right here. It'll be okay.
Big hack there. A breaking ball, and it's 0-2.
It's a great pitch, great location. Curveball, you see this thing out of the zone. You got it set up for all sorts of things right now. Got to go in hard, maybe to that back right foot where you got Bonifacio.
In the dirt, runner takes off. Hedges will throw there, and at second, out at second base is Whit Merrifield. Aggressively took off with the ball in the dirt, and a lot of times out of work. Not this time, as Hedges guns him down. Royals get closer, but it's 4-3 Padres. San Diego, where the Padres have a 4-3 advantage. Into the bottom of the 7th inning we go. As into the bullpen go the Royals after 6 innings from Ian Kennedy. The pitcher is Mike Minor in here to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning. He comes in for his 26th appearance of the year. ERA at 2.01. 41 in the 3rd inning. He's got 32 strikeouts.
Former Brave. Many years ago. Been through some injuries, but battled back.
Ready to work here to Eric Ibar, the shortstop. And a swing and a miss on the breaking ball for strike 1. Ibar today has flat out to left and single to right. Also has scored a run. Minor since April the 20th has gone 3-0 out of the pen with a nifty 1.04 earned run average, just allowing 3 earned runs in his last 26 innings pitched. The opponent's hitting at just 169 against him during that time. That's strike 2. A good fastball at 96 miles per hour.
And his last time in the big leagues was 2014. I mentioned he was a starter with the Braves, and he's had pretty good success. 30, 32 starts respectively.
Defensive swing there by Ibar, just fouling it off to the right. Not much sunshine, but there is glare here today. Cloud covered for the most part. It's Ibar now. Matt Caesar waiting on deck. And that is strike 3. Ibar didn't like strike 2. He liked strike 3 even less.
Well, Ibar thought it was high, and it's a pretty good pitch right there.
One down here in the 7th inning. 6 strikeouts today for Royals pitching. The first for Minor. Well, the home run you mentioned last night for Matt Caesar. Good moment in last night's game. It was tied at the time, and he untied it.
Yeah, no doubter there, and he's struggled a bit this year. You know, he hasn't got a lot of playing time, and it's one of those things that if you get an opportunity to come in, it just kind of lifts the weight from your shoulders. Oh man, finally I could do something here.
This is his first career pinch hit home run. First game in a Padres uniform with more than 1 extra base hit. Also had a double in last night's game, and it snapped. And 0 for 15 for him. So drops it foul and evens the count at 2-2. Play all 3 outfield positions and has done so in a Padres uniform since coming over from the Cubs. On the ground to Escobar. 2 down in the inning. Play ball is MLB's initiative to inspire all forms of baseball and softball participation, making play opportunities available and fun for everyone. To learn more, go to playball.org. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Back up top for Jose Pirela, who's had quite a day. Got it started in the bottom of the 1st inning with a solo home run. First batter that Ian Kennedy faced took him out of the yard. First home run for Pirela. He would follow it up with a 2-run double in the 5th inning. So he has driven in 3 of the 4 Padres runs on the day.
Well, he's been able to work himself into some good hitting counts. 3-2, hit that fastball out of the park in the first at bat. His 3rd at bat, where he drove in 2, he was 3-1.
Look back at his day, the home run in the first inning. That started the scoring. And then this double to drive in a pair. Just a chopper up over Moustakas, who was in at third. He's at regular depth. That's a much different story.
Now, you're absolutely right. I mean, it was Kennedy made the right pitch, threw a little breaking ball, and Perella chopped it into the ground, but turned out to be 2 RBIs. And you see what happens here now. First time he's having to hit behind in the count.
Brad Hand, who had worked last inning, top half of this inning here in the 7th, struck out Jorge Bonifacio. Looks like he's going to be coming back out for the 8th. Nobody warming for the Padres in the pen. Two down here in the last of the 7th in a 1-run contest. On the ground up the middle into center field, a base hit for Perella, his 3rd hit of the day. Right up over the head of Mike Minor, the pitcher.
And he just hits and gets on base. Battles and battles, gets the off-speed pitch, just pops it right back up the middle. See Minor getting out of the way there.
So 2 down, Perella at first base, and here is Franchy Cordero. First a check on first, and Perella back to the bag. He's got good speed. Fourth batter that Minor has faced since coming into this game here in the 7th. And the fastball by him at 95. Cordero is flying out to center, walked and struck out. Trying to grab that outside corner, but he couldn't. Fouled off to the left, 1-2. That's where Minor's been velocity wise, about 95. Pretty consistently since coming in. He's able to strike out Ibar to begin the inning. Got Matt Caesar to ground to short for the 2-out base hit for Jose Perella. Fouled off again, and this battle continues.
Cordero doing a nice job of staying alive. Very athletic hitter. One of the kids that they feel, as he gains more and more experience, that athleticism will translate into a lot of success on this field. Really swings the bat well.
Throw over, and Perella had a good sized lead, kind of a late reaction, but he gets back to the bag.
Minor did that little quick step off move. Was a no pitch right there.
Time was called apparently. Thought I heard it, but I didn't see any of the umpires indicating anything.
No, usually you see the umpire behind the plate just vacate.
So it is 1-2. Tad high, 2-2. They're trying to keep this a one-run deficit for Kansas City. Sun back with us again here in San Diego as it's popped through the clouds. Timeout again. Good size lead for Perel, a little larger. And a foul again off to the left. So Cordero battling away here against Mike Minor, fouling pitch after pitch off. And the 7th pitch of the at bat coming up here. Minor's had to throw 22 so far in the inning as he starts this last of the 7th. Full count now. Perella can get a start at first base here. 2 down in the inning and the full count to Cordero.
Hosmer playing behind.
And it is fouled off again.
Tell you, a heck of an at bat by Cordero. Just continuing to fight pitch after pitch.
And so far for him, there have been some lengthy at bats. Sees a lot of pitches, fouls off a lot of pitches. Gets himself some pretty good hitters counts. And will get a start again at first base on the payoff pitch. And Cordero lifts it down the left field line, headed over is Gordon, but that should reach the seats and will. Next pitch will be the 10th of this at bat. So it jumps into double figures. Making Mike Minor work here in the 7th inning. Cordero lines it foul just outside the line. Solid contact and a foul ball.
Well, what's nice about this at bat for me, you know, if you're at the Padres and watching Cordero, is he's not trying to get large, not trying to do anything other than just, I'm just going to battle. I'm just going to make contact and everything. He's waiting for the ball to get deep. He's shooting the ball to the left. He's not up there going, okay, you know what, I'm going to get this one. It's, you know what, I'm content with going the other way. And you usually see that with a more mature hitter.
Salvador Perez going out to talk to Mike Minor as this battle continues. Perella will be running again here on a 3-2 pitch. There he goes, and that pitch is inside for ball 4. And Cordero draws the walk on an 11-pitch at bat. Dave Island, the pitching coach, headed out to the mound here to talk to Minor. Ends up losing Cordero in that lengthy at bat.
Really, that's just coming out to give him a mental break. And that was a taxing at bat right there. And give credit to Cordero just for continuing to not get out of what he was trying to do. And that's just, hey, I'm going to battle, I'm going to battle, I'm going to battle. Not going to get greedy. I'm going to wait for the pitch.
So 2 on, 2 down, and Yangervis Solarte coming up here for the Padres.
If I'm Solarte right here, I'm aggressive on the first pitch. I feel like Minor just had to battle. He's probably thinking, all right, I've got to get ahead right here. They have a chance to ambush him right here.
And Solarte does jump on the first pitch, but fouls it off. Didn't get the fastball. Thought he might. That's Mike Minor. Good numbers for Solarte. 3 for 6, and that includes a home run. Perella at second, Cordero at first, 2 down. And Solarte will foul off another.
So both those balls are hit well, but Minor is thrown to that location for a reason. There's not much as a hitter you can do other than pull it and hit it hard, but it's going to go foul. He's ahead 0-2. He can really open up that outside part of the plate.
Started with Minor striking out Ibar. Got Caesar to ground out to short. A single by Perella, a walk by Cordero, on an 11 pitch at bat. And now 1-2 pitch. And Solarte hits it on the ground into left field. A base hit. Perella's coming around. Gordon is not going to throw plateward. He'll throw to second. A run will score as the ball gets away. And the Padres have taken a 5-3 lead. A 2-out RBI single for Yangervis Solarte.
He's trying to get this pitch buried in, unable to do so. Again, Solarte will get credit for the RBI, but really, Cordero has to get just as much credit for that at-bat that he put on Minor with the 11-pitch walk.
So the Padres get a run and take a 5-3 lead. The pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. Seventh inning, Padres on top 5-3. They've added a run in the inning. Hunter Renfroe coming up against the new pitcher, Travis Wood.
Travis Wood with the Cubs last year had 77 appearances. this year so far with Kansas City. 19 games, 21 innings. Respectable 2.2 ERA.
Renfroe batting with 2 on. Will ground one down the third baseline. It's a fair ball, and Moustakas will just tag the bag for the out. That ends the inning. Padres add a run, have a 5-3 lead through 7. Sponsored by The Hartford. When the unexpected strikes, The Hartford strikes back with small business insurance. And by Supercuts. Save time. Check in online with the mobile app or at supercuts.com. Here's a grounder. Deep shortstop. Ibar's long throw will not have a chance as Lorenzo Cain leads off with a base hit in this top of the 8th inning. Well, for those of you tuning in for the UFC Fight Night pre-fight show, we'll get you out there immediately at the conclusion of our game. In the meantime, the broadcast is currently available on FS2 as well as streaming live on the Fox Sports Go app and foxsportsgo.com. Lead runner on here for the Royals in the 8th inning, and it brings up Eric Hosmer. Represents the tying run for the Royals. Has 5 home runs on the year and a hit today, 1 for 3 for the Royals first baseman. Brad Hand got the final 2 outs of the 7th inning out there to begin the 8th. The closer for the Padres has worked back-to-back days. Had a very long outing in the finale of the series against the Diamondbacks and worked here last night. It'll be interesting to see if he's available today. Fly ball struck pretty well into left center field. Back goes Cordero, and that ball is gone. That'll tie the game for Eric Hosmer and the Royals. It's 5-5. Carried very well to left field and right out of the yard. 6th home run of the year for Hosmer.
Not the first time he's hit a home run at this place. Remember the All-Star game where he ended up garnering MVP honors. This thing just up. He just elevates this thing. It's got that backspin. It just carries. He doesn't know if he got it. He's hoping. He's hoping. As a hitter, that's a great feeling right there.
Well, it ties the game 5-5. And Salvador Perez now will take strike 1. So Brad Hand gives up an infield hit to Cain, followed by the 2-run shot by Eric Hosmer. Perez has walked grounded out, reached on a fielder's choice. Now he drives one out towards deep left field. Back goes Caesar, and that ball is gone. The Royals go back to back and take a 6-5 lead. First Hosmer, now Perez. Fourth home run of the day for Kansas City.
That's what keeps Kansas City believing. The core of these guys, the position players, Perez, Hosmer, Moustakas, Kane.
The third and fourth home runs allowed this season by Brad Hand, the reliever, who has been very sure-handed. Not so much today. Back-to-back home runs for the Royals, a 2-run shot, a solo shot, and a 6-5 Kansas City lead. Moustakas will take the breaking ball for a strike over the outside corner. Eighth inning or later, hitting at .372, a flare for the dramatic for Mike Moustakas. Padres in a shift on the right side. Hand trying to find his bearings here in the eighth. Spangenberg, third baseman, has gone to the right side of the infield. In the air to right field for Moustakas. Down the line towards the corner, and that ball is going to one-hop the wall. Moustakas bounding for second base will get there sliding. 4 straight hits for Kansas City, and Moustakas with a double.
Doesn't get all of this at all, but it's great placement with the way Renfroe is shifted over in right field. Doesn't have any opportunity to get over there. Bounces it in the corner.
And the Moose getting himself a double here and into scoring position with nobody out. Andy Green out to make the change. Brad Hand is gone. It is now 6-5. lead with still nobody out here in the 8th. Mike Moustakas out there at second base. Brad Hand, a very rough outing. Back-to-back home runs he allows, 2 hits. Along with that, a single and a double. The parts responsible for Moustakas and Escobar. With a healthy hack at that first offering from Jose Valdez. As just recalled yesterday from AAA El Paso, second call-up of the year. 3 innings in an outing earlier against Arizona, second outing of the year for him. His numbers at AAA in El Paso this year. Bunt bid is fouled off.
Well, the Royals relying on the long ball today. I mean, 4 home runs, Escobar, Kane, Perez, Hosmer.
Third time the Royals have hit 4 home runs in a game this year. They go back-to-back here in the 8th. Escobar will get this one by Spangenberg. Taken off the third now is Moustakas. He'll stop there as Caesar gets it back in. He had to wait and see if that ball was going to be picked or not. So he just reaches third down. The base hit by Escobar.
Ball eats up Spangenberg. He can't really make that play. The only thing you have an opportunity to do is try to knock it down, get in front of it, but you're not going to throw out the speedy Escobar if you do that.
So first and third, still nobody out. Second hit of the day for Escobar, and it brings up Alex Gordon. Singled in the third, doubled and scored in the 7th. Wrapped around a strikeout today.
That hit him. Yeah.
That got a piece. That's going to load the bases here for Kansas City.
He just gets the pant leg real loose down there by the shin. 6 straight. 6 straight hitters reach base.
Chester Cuthbert coming up here to pinch hit. He will pinch hit in the pitcher's spot here with the bases loaded, nobody out. And a chance here now for the Royals to add on top 6-5. Cuthbert a .213 hitter, home run, 10 runs batted in. Infield in all the way around for the Padres.
Well, the Padres are going to need to pull off that Houdini act again that Stammen did early on in the game when he came in with the bases loaded, nobody out, escaped any damage.
Takes the strike, and it's 0-2.
2 great pitchers there.
Top of the order, and Whit Merrifield waiting on deck here for the Royals.
Got to go right back out there. Good spot.
Kansas City with Moustakas at third, Escobar at second, Gordon at first. And a pinch hitter in Cuthbert here trying to add on to a 6-5 Royals lead. This inning started, they were trailing 5-3, not anymore. Strike 3 call. First out of the 8th inning.
This pitch is right down the middle, lower part of the zone, but that breaking ball, Hedges wanted it outside, stayed down the middle. Really, here it is. This is the at-bat. This is the battle. The Padres can win this. They've got an opportunity, but Merriweather, great at-bat in his last appearance. 0-2 RBI single.
Pitch outside to Merrifield, who is batting for the 5th time today. He has singled twice, walked, and flied out to center.
think I called him Merriweather, didn't I?
I think you
Oh,
did.
I did. Yeah, getting all excited. You know, I got this UFC coming up next here. You know.
Ball and a strike.
Just trying to promote the network, Donnie.
Well, Valdez, in his second appearance in the big leagues this year. In a big spot here, trying to keep this a 1-run deficit for the Padres. Trying to quiet the Royals, who have made some serious noise here in the 8th inning. And a drive to center field has Cordero going back on to the edge of the track. He drops it. Here comes Moustakas to score. Escobar behind him. The throw will go plateward and be late. 2 more runs. And it is now 8-5 Kansas City, and a ball dropped by Franchy Cordero at the base of the warning track out there in center field. It's an error. And a 3-run lead now for the Royals.
That's just inexperience. You got nothing to do but catch the ball. Here he's worried about catching it and then getting it back in. And the runner from third is going to score easily. The guy from second is going to tag easily. Again, the difficulties and perils of learning the game at the big league level.
Now Bonifacio is hit with a pitch. Second batter that has been hit this inning. The Royals have batted around in the 8th. And they've reloaded the bases here with only 1 out in the inning.
Again, just nipped the uniform, but enough to get down to first base.
Well, second one like that. Raised the pant leg of Alex Gordon earlier.
Well, Bonifacio will take it, though, the way his day was going. 3 strikeouts and a double play.
Kevin Quackenbush up for the Padres. And a drive to deep left field. Back to the at the warning track. It is gone. Lorenzo Cain with a grand slam has opened this wide open. Now 12-5 Kansas City. 3rd home run of the inning, and it's a grand slam. An explosion of runs for the Kansas City Royals here in the 8th. Second home run of the day for Cain.
Again, that leaning back swing gets that thing up in the air. Ball is flying out of here today. Heck, Kansas City just happy to play anywhere but their home ballpark. One of the most unforgiving ballparks to hit for power, to hit home runs. Every other ballpark looks small compared to that.
A 9-run 8th inning, and there's still only 1 out in the inning. Coming right into your living room. Hosmer will strike out. Wouldn't like it. He takes with him the second strikeout for Valdez. And there are now 2 outs in the 8th inning.
Well, Perez has an opportunity, as Hosmer just had an opportunity to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning.
Now Perez, the home run, is last time up, the 100th of his career. And a big part of this 9-run 8th inning. We've seen back-to-back home runs in this inning. We've seen a grand slam in this inning. And the Royals with a 12-5 lead.
I've seen 2 hit by pitches where it was just the skin of the material.
Yep.
You've seen it all.
There's been a bunch in this 8th. And it's not over yet.
It's not over till we say it's over.
Perez down to one knee on that cut. Swinging a number right in front of the plate. It is a fair ball, and Hedges will apply the tag that ends the inning, but the damage has been done in a very big way. It is a 9-run inning for Kansas City, and Lorenzo Cain with a grand slam. Grip the Moment, sponsored by Falcon Tires, the official tire of Major League Baseball. In a bases loaded situation, after getting one out, Stammen induces a double play. Early in the ball game, a big part of the beginning of the game. Well, much has changed since then.
Yeah, big part is Lorenzo Cain hitting into that double play right there. You know, it's a 7-inning game. Padres are loving it, and it's a great day for the Pods. But instead, the 8th inning, Lorenzo Cain gets to come up with the bases loaded again, and what does he do? Hits a grand slam. He's happy.
Joaquin Soria taking over here now for the Royals, coming in with a 7-run lead now to the last of the 8th inning. And strike one to Corey Spangenberg. Former closer into his 28th game. On the ground and through the right side into right field. Third hit of the day for Corey Spangenberg. Well, for those of you tuning in for the UFC Fight Night pre-fight show, we'll get you out there immediately at the conclusion of our game. In the meantime, the broadcast currently available on FS2 as well as streaming live on the Fox Sports Go app and foxsportsgo.com. Runner on for the Padres here in the 8th. They'll bring up Austin Hedges. 0 for 3 day today. Couple strikeouts for the Padres catcher. Soria holding opponents scoreless in 23 of 27 outings on the year. He's not allowed to run on the road in 12 road outings and 13 innings.
You know, he's another guy that, you know, prospective playoff teams would be interested in. As you mentioned, former closer. That's the thing. The Royals have something. You could just, it's like going shopping. Go pull up to the Royals roster, and if they're having a liquidation, that's the place to be because they've got something for everybody.
One time had 42 saves for the Kansas City Royals back in 2008. Between stops in Kansas City, time in Texas, Detroit, and Pittsburgh. Now back with the Royals for his second year, and last year pitched in 70 games out of the pen. That'll drop in there for strike 3 on the breaking ball for out number 1 to the bottom of the 8th.
That's a great pitch right there, about 70 miles an hour. And just as far as the differential in speeds, it just as a hitter messes up your timing. Can't pull the trigger. And God, it looks so slow and so easy to hit at home. But I'll tell you, that just, you just freeze when you get something like that at the plate.
1 out, 1 on. Chase d'Arnaud standing in here on the right side, pinch hitting. His 3rd team of the year. He's been with the Braves, the Red Sox, and now the Padres. Three teams, and we're not yet out of June. And well traveled this year.
Well, if it means being in the big leagues, I guess you take your suitcase and go. But very difficult moving around, finding a place to stay if you've got family.
Line foul back into the seats. Now, it works out pretty well here in San Diego for him, staying with his grandfather in La Jolla. There's a place locally here in San Diego.
It's a good place to be if you're going to be in San Diego, huh, La Jolla? That's where you get. Don't you have a place right on the beach? Isn't that part of the deal?
I'm not in La Jolla. Coronado, not La Jolla. Oh, 2 in the dirt. It's 1-2. Spangenberg, the leadoff single. Hedges strikes out. d'Arnaud batting here. Last time the Padres were batting, they added a run in the 7th to take a 5-3 lead. 9 runs later by Kansas City. It's now a 12-5 Royals lead.
Yeah, it seemed a whole ball game ago, that 7th inning. Padres looked like they added some insurance runs, looking good. God, look at that 71-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch for Soria. That really is the key, just to disrupt the timing. Remember the great closer Eric Gagne for the Dodgers. Had that curveball and that changeup, and you were talking about a 20-25 mile an hour difference between that and his fastball.
Fouled off to the right. We'll do it again. 1-2.
The future Hall of Fame closer here in San Diego for many years, Trevor Hoffman. Had an opportunity to visit with him a little bit yesterday at the batting cage, and man, he still looks like he can play.
Yeah, he is in great shape.
Oh my goodness, crazy, making everybody else look bad.
Looking to go into the Hall of Fame this offseason. That'll skip in, and it is 2-2.
Brother Glenn, the third base coach for the Padres, former manager of the Dodgers. D'Arnaud just doing a great job of not giving away an at-bat. Very easy to do in these types of games. Down by 7. Been sitting around all game.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up here for d'Arnaud. And it's grounded foul. He'll see another.
What are we at, 9, 10?
This is 9.
All right, the record's 11 so far. All right, 11 for the day, huh? That was Cordero. We thought that was the huge at bat. Was going to possibly be the, I don't want to say the icing on the cake, but Padres feeling really good.
Fouls it the other way this time.
Well, that was a fastball right there, and as a hitter, he probably felt like that was 1,000 miles an hour after getting those off-speed pitches in the 70s and low 80s.
Full count now. Spangenberg at first base and Eric Ibar waiting on deck here for the Padres.
7-run lead. You're going to throw him that 71-mile-an-hour curveball right here. That just, oh boy.
And striking out on it is d'Arnaud. He goes chasing. An 11-pitch at bat before he strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Soria. This one took a little longer.
That's tough, though. As a hitter, it's 3-2. It's a 7-run game, and he's bouncing a 77-mile-an-hour breaking ball in the dirt. Not a lot of fun. Even less fun when you swing at it.
2 down here in the 8th. And it brings up Eric Ibar. 1 for 3 today. Single. And scored in the 5th inning. Leadoff single in this inning for Corey Spangenberg, but Soria coming back with strikeouts of Hedges and d'Arnaud. Just outside, taking second is Spangenberg. Defensive indifference as he takes second base. Some of the fans have departed here. The Seagulls are starting to make their way into Petco Park.
Time for a late lunch, right? Early dinner.
Good eating right now. Trying to grab that outside corner, and it is now 3-1. Left side and through into left field, a base hit. Spangenberg coming around to score. It's an RBI single for Ibar. And it's now 12-6. Kansas City on top. Second hit of the day for Ibar. First RBI.
Ibar just shoots it in the hole by the diving Escobar. Lynn Hoffman waving him in.
Second at bat today for Matt Caesar, who came in as part of a double switch in the 7th inning. Grounded out to short. First at bat in the 7th. Salvador Perez headed out here to talk to Soria, who falls behind 1-0.
Yeah, you know, Soria frustrated right now, coming in a 7-run game, and now 6, gives up a run. Just not what he had planned as he woke up this morning.
Peter Moylan, who pitched in last night's game and has pitched in 3 in a row, is now warming up in the pen. Ned Yost did not want to have to get him up today.
No.
Here comes Dave Island, the pitching coach. And Soria really frustrated, takes a stroll off the backside of the hill as his pitching coach arrives.
Yeah, Soria's hot right now. I mean, real hot. You know, probably about coming in, pitching in this game. Second of all, you know, then giving up a run. Just frustrated.
Two down, a run in with Ibar at first and Caesar ahead here, 2-0. Three and 0. There's a strike back to the fastball there. Not seen a lot of them, but there's 94. Checking on Moylan, who's warming in the pen right now for Kansas City. Ball 4, and he loses Caesar. So another base runner here for the Padres. Just walk allowed by Soria, and it's like Ned Yost about to head up there to make a change. Got Pirela coming up. Perez was asked to go out there to buy some more time for Moylan. And now here comes Ned Yost. So Soria couldn't get the job done here in the 8th. Pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego, 12-6 Kansas City.
That's what it's come to. So he gets the ball, ready to take it, get out there, and get some outs.
30th appearance for him of the year, comes in with Ibar at second, Caesar at first. And Jose Pirela coming up here for the Padres. He's had a good day, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and a home run. He's a triple shy of hitting for the cycle today. And a chopper towards third base. Moustakas will go to first base. And that will end the inning. So Moreland coming in, getting the final out of the 8th. We head to the 9th, 12-6 Royals. Lead over the Padres. We head here to the 9th inning. And some free agents, we've been talking about them all day for the Kansas City Royals coming up, pending free agents, and hard to imagine that all three would return here, but also can throw Alcides Escobar to that conversation also, I guess.
Yeah, and it really becomes difficult just now with the way the collective bargaining agreement stands. When you lose a free agent, previously you used to get a first-round pick in return if you made a qualifying offer. Now you don't get that. And so if you think you're going to get anything for these guys and they're going to leave, you've got to make a trade.
Well, Moustakas leading it off here in the inning, and he takes strike one.
And we get back to the whole thing as you see Quackenbush taking the mound. So he's been in 14 games this year. ERA not where he'd like. Good against lefties, not so much against righties. But getting back to, with Kansas City, nobody in the division has established themselves. Everybody keeps waiting for Cleveland. Minnesota, I don't think anybody thinks is going to sustain this over the course of the year. Detroit, they're older. Kansas City feels like they just haven't been able to get everything going all at once. It's still a wide open division. It makes it very difficult to try to sell to your fans. Well, we're a couple games out, but we're going to plan for next year.
That's a tough sell.
It really is, and especially when you've had these guys accomplish what they have, going to a World Series, winning one, the relationship they've established with the fans.
Quackenbush taking over for Valdez. The 7th pitcher used today by the Padres, working here in the 9th inning. Moustakas, Escobar, Gordon expected to bat in the inning. Popped up. The catcher Hedges puts it away for out number 1 of the 9th inning. Garneau coming in from first base, as he is now at first base, part of the double switch with Quackenbush coming into the game and Varela coming out. One down for Alcides Escobar. 2 hits today, a home run and a single. One of the 5 home runs hit today by Kansas City. One of them a grand slam. And a 2-home run day today for Lorenzo Cain, including that grand slam. Big 9-run 8th inning for Kansas City.
You know, for Kansas City, really, this road trip, we mentioned it earlier, this West Coast swing where Padres and Giants and Angels, I mean, for them to really think they're going to be involved, they've got to win 6 of these games. I mean, they really do. They try and garner some sort of momentum, some sort of, hey, look, it's really believable that we can compete.
Really an important trip for them. I know it's only June the 10th, but it really is.
And you know, the last couple of years, just being around the Royals, being around Ned Yost, he is always very confident in his club. And sometimes you think it's just lip service. But I think he really believes that, look, at once we get these guys going, and if they can, you know, they've hit at one period, they've pitched at another period, relievers have been this and that. And he feels if they can just get on some sort of run, that they can, you know, create some issues in that Central Division. And it's hard to say, nah, you don't know what you're talking about, because it's happened in the past.
Well, they dropped the first game of this road trip last night to the Padres. We're trailing most of the day today. There's a pop up, and that'll reach the seats back and out of play. Quite a comeback today. Down 5-3, scoring 9 runs in the 8th inning. Two and two now to Alex Gordon. He's had a 2-hit day, single and a double, also been hit by a pitch. Part of a 14-hit attack today for Kansas City. Butera has come out on deck. Here's a pop-up left side. Ibar out to the lawn, and short left will make the catch. It ends the inning. The end of the bottom of the 9th, 12-6. Back in San Diego, take a look at the game summary. Royals have a 12-6 lead. The Royals with 3 home runs in a 9-run 8th inning. How about Lorenzo Cain? 3 for 5, 2 home runs, including a grand slam. Hosmer a big day, and Jose Pirela for the Padres. Got the Padres off to a very good start with a home run in the bottom of the first inning. Part of a 3 for 5 day for him. But right now, Kansas City holding on to a 12-6 lead. They're going to their closer here. And Kelvin Herrera coming into the game, trying to finish it off here for Kansas City.
Well, Herrera, it's interesting because if you just look at those numbers, you see that ERA at 5.5, and you say, man, oh man. But when he's been used in save situations, he's been right around the 3. But it's coming in and getting work where he has not had a lot of success. You know, and that's typical. You see that a lot. You know, for whatever reason, the adrenaline's not there, the urgency. You see Drew Butera behind the dish, replacing Sal. I guess that counts as off time for Sal Perez. That's your rest.
So yeah. This game coming up on what, 4 hours?
It feels like 2.
Franchi Cordero leading it off here in the 9th inning. And grounding 1 foul. It's been on twice without the benefit of a base hit. Cordero walking twice.
Well, he had that huge at bat. Took 11 pitches, garnered a walk, and Solarte an RBI single. Gave the Padres a 5-3 advantage.
Fly ball, short left field. Long run for Gordon, and he'll get there for the first out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Yangervis Solarte. RBI single for him last time up. 2 hits today, 2 RBIs, and at the time put the Padres on top 5-3. Hmm. 13 saves on the year for Herrera in 15 tries. Obviously, this is a non-save situation, and sometimes those can go awry on you. 99 for you.
God, I mean, you remember those 3, Herrera and Davis and then Holland. You know, for a period of 2 years, 14 and 15, they had the lowest ERA in all of baseball.
Driven out towards deep left center field. Cain going over to make the catch as he runs onto the dirt of the track for out number 2 of the 9th. Solarte gives it a ride, but he's the 2nd out of the 9th inning. That'll bring up Hunter Renfroe. Long way for Lorenzo Cain, but he gets there. So 2 down in the 9th inning. Renfroe 0 for 4 today. And he takes strike 1.
Now Renfroe went from getting the day off, not in the lineup, to because Myers wasn't feeling well. Moved some players around. Renfroe finds his way in the lineup. We've got a 0 for 4 working right here.
Two outs in the 9th inning. A count of 1-1 here to Hunter Renfroe.
Good job of laying off that.
Play for Renfroe to go the other way. Lorenzo Cain, center fielder, over towards right center. And a swing and a miss. Evens it at a 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Renfroe strikes out and the Royals win. A 12-6 Kansas City win in San Diego today as we send it to Kevin Burkhardt at the FS1 studios.